This segment of Panther Sports Talk is brought to you by CFU, the power of service.
The Iowa Hall of Pride, located in downtown Des Moines, is an interactive celebration of all that is good about Iowa. The people that are recognized at the Iowa Hall of Pride are former Iowa students who excelled in sport, on the stage, and as great ambassadors of their communities. And you better believe that it's filled with UNI Panthers.
We have, the UNI volleyball we visited with last year. We interviewed Coach Farley here about 3 years ago in our football display, and we're always visiting those local schools, your UNI and the D3 schools here in the state. And there's so much great talent in our state that stays in state, including in our 360 room, the Drake UNI rivalry we have highlighted from basketball last year. We just interviewed Nick Nurse last year. And he was down for the Iowa Basketball Coach Association, and we sat down right over here in the basketball display. And again, like he said, he still has his 515 phone number, and it's an Iowa kid. And his advice he gave was, as growing up in Carroll, going to UNI, and then his career just taken off. But he said, if a kid from Carroll, Iowa can do it, hopefully someone can walk through here and hear my story and be inspired to do it also. And so it's incredible when you look at Coach Entz, we talked about earlier, growing up in Waterloo, Wartburg, coaching at UNI, and now North Dakota. We've got so many great Iowans that just have that work ethic, and that work ethic came out of rural Iowa, but we're still seeing that work ethic being formed within our school-based activities. That's where our kids are getting it still, and take pride in that, and the sky's the limit. The purple and gold, right away when someone comes in the Hall of Pride, it's Iowa State, or UNI, and it's always fun to see who their team is, and you can make that connection. And just even here today and visit with you guys, there's those guys, the common denominator, and that pride of your high school carries over to your college, especially these in-state guys. When they go to UNI, when they come back, they remember those friends, they talk about those stories, those experiences, and it's a great history that takes place up in Cedar Falls and UNI, and we're excited to be a part of it and to be able to share those stories here at the Hall of Pride.